buy petrol or whatever. The only time you need machine to do something is the excavator when you want to construct new ponds, as you can see from the video. We started with 20 ponds, but now with the technical assistance of FAO, the South-South Cooperation expert and the TCP expert, we are able to construct another 30 ponds.
Flank the fish ponds stand the weighing scales and other fishing tools of the National Fish Farmers Association and suppliers, the dedicated and dynamic core of men and women of the Central River region who conceptualized and through government implemented this massive fisheries initiative. Its impact in turning hardship into benefits are axiomatic, and its impact on farmers, especially the women folk, have started making the big smiles of good business. This sustainable aquaculture pilot project aimed at establishing at least 100 fish ponds before the end of this year, an initiative that is gradually shifting the local fishing business from capture to culture. And with plans already in place to replicate this scene across the country, officials have no doubt that, if anything, President Jammeh's goal of improving living conditions of average Gambians is within reach. Abubakar Dabo, GRTS.
Well, Bubakar, the aquaculture project seems to be a very lucrative one. What will it have for private sectors if they're involved?
Ajay, thank you very much. This is a very, very lucrative project which was rolled down since 2009. And it is very, very crucial for the private sector to be involved, because looking at festive occasions in the Gambia, you realize that these are moments when fish will be very scarce in the market. As a result, these private sector operators can venture into this lucrative business and harvest their fish during festive occasions. This way, it will try to solve that problem that Gambians face, and this can boost income, you understand, for them. So that makes it very, very important on the side of the private sector operators.
Well, that project is sure to be very interesting.
As far as the Ministry of Local Government and Lands is concerned, the year 2011 was characterized by nothing but success, especially in the area of governance, project implementation, and the settlement of protracted dispute over land. The assessment was made by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Lands. Mohamed Lamin Sise looked back on those achievements being touted by senior officials.
The Ministry of Local Government and Lands is one of the biggest in the executive arm. Its vision is to serve as the platform for effective and efficient land resource management, local governance, rural community development, and poverty reduction. However, these goals do not come off so easily. It has to take a process. So how progressive has that process been over the last 12 months?
I will start by underlining the two words, most remarkable, since we have done quite a lot of good things. The most remarkable will be in the areas of enhancing democratic good governance, in particular at community level. The second one will be dovetailing that democratic governance with community development through the CDDP project, Community Demand-Driven Development Project.
The Community Demand-Driven Development Project, CDDP, was cited as one success story. 2011 witnessed moments during which the minister with a high-powered delegation traveled far and wide to visit the projects, all of which are the very initiatives of the people.
The CDDP, the Community Demand-Driven Development Project, is the most beautiful project this country has seen. I have worked in development over the past 30 years. I have seen development theories, I have read development theories, I have seen development programs come and go, but none has been as successful as the CDDP. Why? Precisely because the projects that have just gone by were not demand-driven, they were supply-driven. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But now this is demand-driven, meaning the communities are saying, we want this, we want this, we want this, and we just give the wherewithal.
In the area of governance, the ministry has fared well. Its objective is to enhance local governance through a participatory process, something the permanent sector believes is a sign of good governance. How about the much talked about decentralization process?
People misunderstand decentralization as a one-off thing. Decentralization is ongoing. It's ongoing and it's going to be here for a very long time. Countries that have implemented decentralization before the Gambia for the past 50 years are still decentralizing. And the process is very involved. The most important thing is for the state at this level, at this office, to provide for oversight, to provide for coordination, but ensuring that whatever is decentralized is not clutched back if there is the competency.
2011 also saw the launch of the Commission of Inquiry into Land Allocation in the Gambia. This step is in line with the Ministry's vision for the equitable and efficient distribution of land resources, customary or state, an achievement that is substantiated by the huge strides made in the resolution of chieftaincy and land disputes in the country. Something the Permanent Secretary says is good for hatchling democracy.
At the level of the National Council of Stakeholders, they have done so much good work, especially in terms of the settlement of disputes between communities. The settlement of those disputes include chieftaincy disputes, alcalo disputes, but in particular land disputes. As we speak now, they are leaving the next 2 days to go to some village, 2 villages to settle these things out. And these are very important. It's a very important development strides, and they go very well for our fledgling democracy.
With the achievements made, the Ministry will now look forward to 2012. In the new year, the Permanent Secretary is confident of more gains. Among those potential gains, he said, is the second phase of the CDDP, a project he told Grts will be implemented in line with the new blueprint page. Modulamin Sise, Grts.
Immunization campaigns are an integral part of the national health policy, and this is amply manifested in a number of such activities embarked upon by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. The latest exercise of that nature was carried out by the Health Ministry and partners in November, and it targeted a staggering 300,000 children. Isatumana looks at national efforts to consign the crippling disease to the history books.
Poliomyelitis, in short polio, is a disease that can damage the nervous system and cause paralysis. It was once very common worldwide, but since the introduction of the vaccine, polio cases have become rare. The Gambia has been declared polio-free since 2004 by the World Health Organization. This, to a large extent, is based on the strategies that were adopted by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare.
In terms of immunization, Gambia has a very high record. We have at least a 90% coverage of EPI coverage, in which children have been vaccinated against vaccine-preventable diseases. So this does not only apply to polio, but also to measles and many other vaccine-preventable diseases, up to 90%.
In 2011, series of polio immunization campaigns have been embarked upon by the ministry and its development partners. The Gambia government has, however, since 2006 took full responsibility of providing all required logistics for the campaign, showing the political will. The effectiveness of the vaccination can be attested to by 0 cases of the polio or any other vaccinated preventable disease in the Gambia, but its outbreak in neighboring countries is a cause for concern.
Challenges was the outbreak of polio and some other vaccine-preventable diseases around the sub-region. You'll see that in Gambia, our neighboring country had a breakout last year, year before last, and we don't know about this year, but we've had some reported cases. And last year, even though there was an outbreak, we were able to maintain our EPI coverage. And really this year too, keeping that momentum is very, very difficult because people move from one place to another. But really, as far as polio is concerned, what we try to do is we space out our campaigns as a strategy, and we also have established village health services that are provided by community health nurses in each village, even if a village has about 400 people. So the strategy is very intense, trying to make sure that at all times we have Gambian children and non-Gambian children immunized.
As 2011 comes to an end, the ministry has enjoyed a successful year with major interventions in the immunization crusade, but not without challenges.
One of the main things that we're very, very particular about is how to keep up the momentum. Another area is how to keep the finances available, keeping in mind the global crisis that are available, and we do have donors that support the immunization program in the Gambia. But we're also proud to say that the government of the Gambia has taken up the responsibility to immunize or do the EPI logistics in the Gambia since 2006. So since then, we have been trying to keep up the momentum, and this is something that's very important.
The ministry is looking forward to 2012 with a whole new strategy, which is envisaged to make positive impacts on the gains registered by the office. But what message does the health institution have for the people?
at quality service delivery, the availability of more equipment. As you know, His Excellency